This is a divine appointment. You need to understand that. This is a divine. So this is where I got like my little stuff that I check off, and God like, we ain't doing that. Like, I need you to do this for me. This is a divine appointment. Like, meaning that God wants this to happen. So because God wants this to happen, there's some special stuff that's gonna come out of here. Now here's the deal. Some of you gonna catch it, some of you not. Some of you gonna catch it, some of you you're not gonna catch it. So when I found out where I was coming, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I don't gotta bring God. God already there. Like some places I go, they be like, E, we know how you are. I'm like, I'm bringing him. Now he ain't there, I'm cool with that. But when I come, he coming with me. He already here. Some of you gonna catch that. Now, when they say I'm number one in the world, I'm number one in the world because I take him with me. You gotta understand that. You have to understand the reason why people rock with me is not because it's E.T., but people will watch me and go, hey, E, I felt like you was in the room. I was in your living room. Now, I wasn't personally in your living room, but he was. And you felt the spirit. You can't do that going to school. You can't do that getting trained. You can't do that with a coach. There's some stuff you can do in the spirit that you can't do in the flesh. And the reason why God allows me to do it is because he knows when I do it and I'm number one, he gonna be glorified. Y'all done got the hook up here. Like, there's some stuff that's happened to y'all because of that. Some of you gonna embrace it, some of you gonna play with it. I'm hoping you gonna embrace that. Because I was blessed to go to Oakwood, which is a Christian school, and that's how I got here. He said, if I shall be lifted up, I will. So he lifted me up and made me number one so he could be lifted up. So y'all got a responsibility. Like, y'all gotta, like, look, y'all, to much is given. To much is given, much is required. So one of the things that you do, come on, you should have said that to mom. Like, that should have been, let me help you. I'm gonna have to tell you some of the stuff to write down. Put that in your phone. To much is given, much is required. I don't know if y'all remember, but LSU won the championship one year, and they was like, yo, you ain't got to worry about the coach. You can come here. My man was like, you can come to LSU. They won the championship. So because they won the championship, they was on TV saying, my man was like, yo, you can come here. And I was like, wow, that's deep. They won, and they telling kids to come to LSU. Listen to me very closely. Y'all got to get it to the point where y'all win and kids want to come to Liberty. And you gotta think about that every time you practice. You gotta think about that every time you watch film. You gotta think about that every time you go out there and play. Every single time you gotta think about that. That y'all have the ability to make people wanna come here. You have that ability. You got kids, you can do it when you go out there. You got kids that will look up to this program. Y'all can turn this thing around, but you can't turn it around going on Instagram looking at them. You need to look to God. You need to look to your professors. You need to look to your coach. You need to look to your parents. You can't be looking from the world to get your views. We're about to go to a whole nother level this year. Y'all ready? Come on, ready. Y'all ready? Ready. Y'all ready? Yes, y'all ready? Yes, let's go. I'm not playing. I do what I do in the world because I want to bring it all back to God. That means if I go to an elementary school, the kids still got to get ET. I went to one little school, they was like, are you going to be loud like that? I was like, absolutely. I'm coming hard. They was like, you gonna be yelling at us? Absolutely, I'm gonna be yelling at you. Why? Because statistics show if you in the hood and you can't read by the 3rd grade, you going to jail. So that's why I'm coming hard. Because you don't realize if you can't read on the 3rd grade level, by the time you get to the 3rd grade, the probability of you going to jail is 3 times higher than anybody else. I gotta get in your face because I gotta make sure you learn how to read. This is a divine appointment. Y'all got work to do and can't nobody slack this year. Too much is given, much is required. Too much is given, much is required, but don't worry about it. Because if you do what's required, you're gonna get the reward that comes with it. I got the reward now. A lot of folks ain't willing to do what I was willing to do. They want to blow up and they want to show their car. Go back and watch all my videos. You don't see no watches. And the reason why I don't wear Rolex, not because I can't afford it. I don't want nobody to give Rolex the credit. The reason why I wear a gold chain, I can wear a gold chain. I can drive a Bentley. I live in San Diego. I can show you my house. The reason why I don't show you my house, because I don't want the house to get the glory for what God has done. To much is given, much is required. So it's not that I don't have stuff, I just don't show my stuff because I don't want my stuff to get the credit. Where much is given, much is required. God is going to do some special things through y'all. But you can't do what they do. I'm gonna say it one more time. Because I know y'all on the internet, y'all watching them when you should be letting them watch you. I'm gonna say it one more time. I wanna make sure I'm clear. You watching what they doing, and they should be watching what you doing. The reason why I don't do this, and the reason why I show up for my kids, the reason why I try to show up for my wife, the reason why I try to show up for my church, because when young people watch me, I want them to go to God. I don't want them to go to the dealership. So I don't go on the internet and do what they do. Hey, E.T., you can do this on the internet. E.T., you number one. Why you ain't doing that? I'm not doing that because I don't get on the internet to follow them. I get on the internet for them to follow me. I don't get on the internet to be influenced by them. I get on the internet to influence them. Y'all about to win so you can influence them, not them influence you. You about to win. Some great stuff about to happen to you, some stuff that you can't understand, some stuff that you can't comprehend. If you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to be blessed. But when you get blessed, you're not supposed to be blessed so you can do what they're doing. You're going to get blessed so they can do what you're doing. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Or do you hear the words that's coming out of my mouth? Where much is given, much is. Where much is given, much is. Where much is given, much is. But you're going to get the reward if you do what you're supposed to do. He's going to ask you to do a lot. They're going to ask you to be on time. Too much is given, much is required. They're going to ask you not to be late. Too much is given, much is required. They're going to ask you to come to every game. They're going to ask you to have 120% every game. They're going to ask a lot. But where much is given, much is required, but you're going to get the reward. You're going to get the reward.